Morning. Hi. How are you? Hello, how you doing?
Hi, good morning. Thursday, November 9th, 2017. They were just standing back there like, okay, we're just...
Listen, Tony, we still call it Regis and Kelly as well, so don't worry.
I call it Regis and Kathy Lee. Yeah. That's just me. That's just me.
All right, well, we're here. Good to see you.
Great to see you. Yes, welcome everybody. My girlfriend from California, Gigi Rice, is here in the audience. Hi, Gigi. And you know, Gigi and I, we have a connection. We are. Our son, who's going to be a doctor, is going to marry my daughter.
Not that it's arranged or anything. You don't know.
We don't know. After med school. After med school. Okay, after
Post-med school.
No, but Gigi, I worked with Gigi's husband, Ted McGinley, on Hope and Faith.
I walked by.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't trust you that you were going to put him on camera.
He didn't trust you.
I was going to put him on camera. Is he like roaming the hallways?
Yes, he is.
He's
All right,
talking
I'm going to get a moving camera back there to find him, because I want to find him.
Well, welcome from California to the Arctic cold that's coming in 24 hours. It's going to be record-breaking cold.
Yes, I know.
Even New Yorkers and even all the local New Yorkers on the television are talking about how cold this is going to be, which has me a little bit worried.
Listen, these weather people in the Northeast, this is their bread and butter, terrifying us into getting our parkas and our umbrellas and our galoshes. And don't forget your bikini underneath, because there could be a warm snap.
It could snap and change in any minute. Yeah. Or pretending.
Hey, Boo, what's going on? Have you seen Ted McGinley out there? Have you seen Ted McGinley? Hi.
We're very popular on the streets of New York.
Good. I got some good news. Good news. One of my favorite people on the planet, Alyssa Shapiro, she's a producer around here. She's responsible for our Halloween show every year. You know, our
she
show
does such a great job.
She does an amazing job. She starts planning it mid-June, I'd say. She starts thinking about it and working on it. She and her husband, Billy Hessler, have welcomed their second daughter, Avery Julia Hessler, 7 pounds, 15 ounces.
That was all going down while we were in the middle of the show. It was going to happen at any moment.
Baby was due on Halloween. I was like, no, that can't be. You can't give birth to 2 things at once. Sister, the loveliest.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
to
congrats.
them.
So happy.
I thought that was a picture of Mark when you first
Well,
grabbed that.
yes, Billy. Well, first of all, they love each other.
Well,
they do. They love each other.
Should.
But they are very, very
sleeping all through the night and enjoying every dream.
Yes.
I didn't sleep last night at all. And I did the whole did the thing again and the routine, because I watched Wonder last night.
Oh, yes. Oh, well, have you not read the book?
I have not read the book.
Anybody here read the book Wonder? Yes? 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Right.
And you gotta, it's just, yes.
It is. It's so beautiful and well done and amazing. And
I cried the entire time.
Me too. 90 minutes of oh, that's me last night.
This is Ryan last night.
Wait, is that you just crying on a loop? Who's recording that?
Shayna was thoroughly
amused.
She was engaged in my emotion, and so she said, "Let me just take a picture of you at the beginning, the middle, and the end," and that is the emotion throughout. It is. Yeah. It's unbelievably. It's warm. It's tough. It's beautiful. It's compelling. But I mean, it is. And we'll talk about it later in the show with David. But it is. It was really compelling. But I didn't sleep because of it last night.
Well, I've got to tell you. And he said, "Will you read? Can this be our bedtime? Because we always had a bedtime reading." And Wonder was the one that really. I would start reading it. I would read 2 words, and say, and then he.
Yeah, you can't get it. I know.
He's like, "Are you okay? Are you crying?" I said, I'm not, these are tears of warmth. These are tears of, he's like, he kept saying, "You're emotional."
But it's hard to sleep after.
Yeah, it is.
Even with the book and the movie, it's very hard to sleep after. Stranger Things is easier to sleep after you watch that.
Stranger Things also gives me a lot of anxiety.
Well, they get you, but then again, you could burn calories.
That's true. That is true.
It reminds me, so speaking of Stranger Things, you know, and he wore this sweatshirt on the first episode of the 2nd season. People who binge, you know. And the sweatshirt was so popular that they decided to remake them as if it were the 80s, and they sold out in huge numbers. Passion because of the popularity of this show.
My favorite part was when we were binge watching season 1, family, and Mark and I kept just calling out tribute films, and our older son, who wants to be a filmmaker, he actually got all of the references. The younger 2, Lola and Joaquin, they were just mesmerized by the phone hanging on the wall. They were like, what is that thing she keeps picking?
Iconic film.
Oh my gosh. Oh, there's so many. I mean, there's so many. You mean from the horror genre? Or, I mean,
No, just in general. For me, I loved Wall Street. That with the brick phone.
Oh yeah, well yeah. I mean, Wall Street was great. Yeah, Wall Street, Scarface.
Yes.
Scarface. That's 80s or 70s. But
when was Romancing the Stone and Jewel of the Nile?
Romancing the Stone.
Right? Yeah.
Oh, that.
So good.
You know, were the first super throuple of all time.
Right. They were a trifecta that you don't mess with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There was a lot. I mean, they were really. You found Ted?
Yeah, we found Ted.
Where is he? You found.
Camera on.
No, keep him out. No, keep him out.
I'm gonna get to know Ryan.
Never seen that man before.
Come on. Sir, please.
Yeah, good. This show's so big, we keep the celebrities outside.
Our security wear.
That's an RS distinction.
Look at that. I mean.
It was David Muir from World News Tonight. David Muir's birthday.
Was it?
Yes, yesterday.
Was it? Happy birthday, David.
Went out to dinner.
Tell me.
Went out to dinner, but cakes. Kind of shy. And you're from World News Tonight. Well, the butter cake. The butter cake with the double chocolate layer frosting.
Ooh, audible moans.
I'm not gonna. Oh, and I didn't even. That's from David Instagrammed that picture of us last night. For some reason, I'm blowing out the candles.
Eat this quick! I just made it.
Out the candles because I didn't like the way I looked not blowing out the candles. We kept having to relight them. I'm not kidding. We kept having to relight them, and then we had to get second candles for the
or order a cake. You actually took the time to look at Martha Stewart and bake the cake.
Having said that, if I had bought a cake, it would have been way more delicious. Yeah, it was fine. It was fine. It wasn't my favorite.
It's just about that now you have made him a cake. You look at the people who are hosting very serious news shows, like David, and congratulations, David, on
Peter Jennings.
Right, number one.
Number one.
You're much younger looking than you are. And then they toss to the reporter who's covering very serious stuff, and he's 50.
Baby.
He's a newborn baby.
I know. I was like, is that a newborn baby?
They look like an Abercrombie and Fitch ad.
I'm telling you, everybody is a newborn baby.
Yeah.
And I remember news system email, which you're not supposed to use unless it's for news, and I was like, dude, you looked amazing tonight. Don't know what was going on. It's kind of dangerous where you were, but just wanted you to know you looked amazing. I had the volume down. Oh, yeah.
Oh, talk to me after.
Oh my gosh. It's the easiest.
Talk to me after.
It's so fun. It's so
fantastic. Well, to stay young, I'm still in my baby gap today. So let's.
By the way, I love this one.
Thank you.
This is a good color for you.
Thank you very much. And you as well. You know, I think we're coordinated. Oh, but quickly, in Los Angeles, I just saw this, and I don't know how this is going to work, but they're going to do Uber. Right? Did you see this? You're going to Uber. Uber is big here in the city, but now in Los Angeles, they're going to helicopter plane.
Is that what that is?
That's what that is. You'll call Uber, and it's an electric helicopter.
You know, I read that article, but I read it with the heart of a person not really reading, just looking at the pictures, and I thought that
people are going to be in there.
I didn't read this.
You can get around. But listen, we can't even drive in Southern California. How are we going to fly in Southern California?
Maybe that's the trick.
I don't know.
Maybe. Anyway, we have a huge show today. Kenneth Branagh is here.
Fascinated by all of him, like how he does it all. So fascinated by that. From Grey's Anatomy, Ellen Pompeo.
And he does it all. David Diggs is here.
It's time for Morning Wake Up Trivia. Here we go. There she is. Mary DeSoye from Fort Orange, Florida. Mary, good morning. Nicely done. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Super good.
Hi. You know what I keep hearing? You know what? This travel trivia game is like an onion. Yesterday, Ryan and I looked at each other and said, was that rooster always there? Because there's a rooster.
He was always there.
We didn't see him.
You didn't hear him?
Today, I heard the crow. I heard all that for the first time.
Yeah.
How many days into this contest are we?
No, it's been playing every day, but first I didn't hear the cock-a-doodle-doo.
We're calling Maggie. When you say AF and dope, it tickles my...
I know, I have teenagers.
It tickles my gilly.
All the kids are saying it.
I know. We're calling, they're lit. We're calling Maggie from Nottingham, Maryland.
There's lack of ring.
We don't even have a ring.
Yeah.
We're not hearing you.
Hang up the soup can and start over.
We heard the special effect. That was...
Yeah, that wasn't even a real dial. A special effect, huh?
Let's start from the beginning.
It's time for Calling Maggie, Nottingham, Maryland.
Gelman, this technology is incredible.
Yes, the boom. We're just perfecting it.
Yeah.
The show behind the show. Gelman, are you going somewhere? You look like you're in your travel gear. This is not what you normally wear. Are you traveling? These
Oh my gosh. Yeah, these are as tighter than average pants. Those are his travel pants.
Those,
Like-
that's his concourse wear. We know your concourse
Yes,
wear. All right.
That says technical snafu. How crazy. Do you want me to
Still ahead on live from the new film, David Diggs. Here.
film is the highly anticipated Murder on the Orient Express. Please welcome Kenneth Branagh.
Nice to see you. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Great to have you.
Thanks, everybody.
I kind of
I like
try.
Do you like a thriller? Do you like a
I
mystery?
do.
Good.
Oh, yes, I certainly do.
We're interested.
Right.
Yeah.
You make it look very desirable.
Well, it's a magical. You arrive, you go for dinner, you come back, and your compartment's been changed into this.
I can't
beautiful.
imagine.
Excited when I'm in the quiet car to D.C.
Yeah.
I get just as excited. I'm like, oh, this is
That's a
Very
big
much.
deal.
major.
Thank you.
So exciting.
So you had that.
You're in the cement?
It was hands and feet. I did feet as well. I
There you
did
are.
bare feet, which is
Is that unconventional? It seems it might be.
There are 300 people have been honoured in that way, and only 11 have gone barefoot. scale, but it was fun because it was one of the first places I went to when I was in Hollywood. So
it's iconic.
It's funny. I recently watched one of those ceremonies from on maybe it was the IFC or one of those channels where it was. I'm trying to remember if it was Jane.
When I was doing it, a friend of mine sent me a picture of, I think it was Jane Mansfield and Marilyn Monroe.
Yes.
It was Gentlemen Prefer Blonde. That picture was like 50 years ago, but there was something, it's so sort of literally putting your hands in the feet and in the street, and then when people come visit at that big theatre where they can go and see first-run movies, just to sort of feel as though they really have been there. And the first thing you do is go and measure your hand size against you, because somehow you think there's some magic in this, I'm exactly the same. That they've all been there, and somehow it symbolizes that people, you know, I'm a boy from Belfast, it's a long way coming from Belfast to end up in that kind of scenario. Really.
And you're getting an honor in Belfast as well.
I mean, if I know somewhere up in the great green room in the sky, my father will be, I mean, just sort of unable to speak. I mean, I can't even imagine what he would be feeling him and my where we come from, and you guys are always so generous to us, and this is another example of it. A combination and in the same year, it's amazing.
Well, the generosity continues.
The greatest detective with a large mustache.
You should have said, we are the greatest detective in the world.
Directing them. What's the dynamic like when you've got superstars all coming to work every day?
Well, they meant in the movie that they're all there in the same place. They were all, you know, on the shoot for a month together. Never went.
Are you seeing?
Drownings, gunmen's, weddings, babies, tears, hospital hookups. She still rocks it as Dr. Good to see you.
Nice to
Welcome.
see you.
Congrats.
Happy almost birthday.
Thank you. Today's my 10-year anniversary. I get it
So
all
they're back to back.
in. Yes, I planned it that way.
Did you really?
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Double present. Saturday, too.
Do you enjoy basketball?
I do.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. I mean, not as much as he does, but the basketball
That's
game.
it. So it all
I think
happened.
there's another basketball
See,
game
no,
with a different
he's
team.
got to celebrate for a month.
Everybody should marry Ryan, just at least for the day.
Okay.
Did you have a? That's so cool.
Yeah, it was very cool.
Oh,
yeah.
gosh.
He took the subway and he was late and underneath City Hall.
The Air Force is outside. Be careful.
There's a private.
Speakeasy.
In my mind. That's exciting.
Yeah.
And then
really
did
was.
you have a big?
So at that point, I was really dying for privacy.
Right.
So we sort of flew out on a red-eye Thursday night. Friday morning, woke up, went to City Hall, had the wedding really quick. And then we went to Lupa for lunch after.
How nice.
Yeah, it was really just nice. We had the whole weekend and no one knew. So we had that to ourselves. We went to a Knicks game, of course, to celebrate.
And then is that why you planned the wedding here around the Knicks game schedule, or it just happened to be fortuitous that it was happening?
You know, I think that it's more planned than I know about.
Right.
But I think Chris Ivory's got, you know, knows every schedule to every basketball game that's happening everywhere. And it's
I
all.
like that.
Yeah.
Everyone's so excited about the 300th episode coming up.
believe it?
You're celebrating
I think the only people who have done more episodes of television than me are you two.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think we're all in a club and we all know how we feel and we can go have a drink later.
Yes, we could use it.
You are one of 4 actors that have been there since the first episode.
Yes.
So what is that like? I mean, when people come in on their first day and they're nervous, are you the person?
No, I don't know. I'm definitely not the one who's calmed down. I'm probably the biggest maniac on the
You're going to pay tribute to some of the former characters, right?
We are, which I have to say, you know, I have a special affection for all of them, and I thought, well, we can't do that. We can't have lookalikes, and is that offensive to the cast now? And yeah, I'm always concerned about everybody's feelings. Such great actors and did a good job. I was like, okay, once it was up on its feet, you know, sometimes in the script, imagine, but then once you get it up on its feet and it comes to life in a way that's the show has maintained all these years is that we keep changing things. You know, we changed tone to the show, so we're more comedic and lighter this year. And she's really crushing it. And it's like, it's a whole different show.
To be an expert in the medical field, like if you get your physical, can you?
No.
Because I think you could combat
But I'm an expert at telling people what to do, for sure.
Right.
I love directing.
As if you know.
It's like, you know, my husband was like, well, directing is just bossing everybody around. I don't know why you don't know you would be amazing at that.
Yeah.
So, and I was like, I came home with the first scene, I was like, I think I'm a really good director. And he was like, duh.
Right. Yeah. I nailed it. Yeah. I nailed it.
Happy anniversary, boss. Well, it is the 300th episode, Grey's Anatomy. It airs tonight at 8. Check it out, ABC.
So happy to see you. Congratulations on everything.
We'll be right back. David Diggs after.
I just want to start, before we get into the film, because it is perfect casting, rap skills, right? You're incredible.
In my life.
Could you see him from the stage? Could you?
No, thank goodness. But somebody can. I think
When you're on stage and you're
Can you
performing,
see them?
who can you see in the audience? Can you see, like, past the first row? No.
I should wear glasses, so I can't, because I don't wear them on stage and I don't wear contacts because I don't want to see who's out there.
See, we actually think that when we get eye contact that they can see us.
Us at all.
No,
They're just
they
looking
can't see
into the cracks.
We're usually looking into the backs of our heads
That's
to try
what
to remember
makes
what
you all
to say.
incredible.
I didn't even know what that was. Broadway really wasn't a thing.
Right.
Broadway really is. The first time coming to the East Coast was for college, and that in my mind, just like just being in a different place. But so the idea of winning a Tony, I don't think performing or I'm given a task to do, I have a reason to be around people. I really love being in groups of people, but I just kept doing it.
Well, the heartwarming movie right after the break, it is so good. You're fantastic in it. David, wonderful.
We're going to do. Everyone's going to come up with 2 things that they think everybody else should know about them. All right? I'll go first. Number 1, I used to teach. Boom. Boom. There it is. Boom.
And tell, for people who haven't read the book and have obviously.
It's about him going to school for the first time. So I play his homeroom teacher, Mr. Brown, who was at some point in their lives. For me, one of the reasons I said yes to the thing was that it gave me an opportunity to sort of pay homage to.
Made you emotional while you're shooting it.
Yeah, there's this one moment in 20 times, and these kids are such great actors, and they're doing all the choreography, and the energy was so tense, and in between every take, it's.
Thank you for being here.